Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. I'm Mike Thompson. I am happy to be here, and got a new cup that is it's an adult version of a baby cup, so I don't have to worry about spilling it with my water today. My wife got me this, so it's all good. All right, let's see if we got anybody in here. Where's the Twitch? Take a look. Okay. I don't see anybody just yet. Let's see. Switch back to Facebook. Comments, any? Nope. Nope. There you go. Hey, what's going on, guys? All right. Thanks, Game Boy. And Vimreg, how you doing? All right, let's get started. Today I am going to be continuing my Chun Li piece that I started a couple weeks ago. I believe I have my computer issues worked out for now, so I shouldn't be slowed down and lose any time here. Oh, restream isn't on top. Let me set that so that's always on top. Let's see, settings. I don't know why it just won't always stay on top. Let's see, always on top. There it is. Okay, cool. Vimal, cool, that'll work. Cool. All right, what's up? You're in Russia. How you doing? I'm not even going to attempt your name. I would butcher that. So, all right. I left off on. Still don't see anything in the Facebook live chat. So hopefully nobody has posted anything because I do not see it. If you have, so if anybody wants to send me a shout on the Facebook live chat, then I can respond. Just to see if it works. Anyone? All right, I don't see anything. Oh, wait. Chat, is that it? No, that's not it. Okay. All right, cool. I'm just going to keep it moving. All right, so I left off last week or last time with I had started figuring out the filigree patterns on her dress, and it was a little more rough than this. I went in and kind of just played around with proportions, and I revisited her face a little bit. Let me turn off dynamic. Yeah, so went in and kind of revisited her face a little bit. There it is. T-Plane Hong, what's up? Thank you. All right. The Venom was really awesome. Hey, thank you so much. All right. Sicily. Oh man, I'm blowing up. I'm around the world, y'all. All right, so yeah, so let's pick it up. What I did before I came in the room is I went in and gave the this main kind of decoration on her chest, that bevel pattern, and so I need to do that with the sleeves as well. So I'm just going to show you how I did it. And let's see. Yeah, so let's just grab one of these pieces. I'm on Mac right now, Damien. Yeah, this is a Mac. All right. I'm planning to get a PC at some point, but I have two kids who are in private school, and it's expensive. So no PC for me yet. All right, and let me know if the sound is not so good. It should be good, but if it's not, just let me know. All right, and I will address it. I was in the Hangout last night. Everybody always tells me now my sound is a little low, so I don't want that. So I'm just going in now and just kind of deleting some of these spans. I want to just keep enough to kind of get that shape, but not so much that when I start to conform it to her outfit it looks janky. How long does it take to make a similar model? To the one I'm working on? I started this 2 streams ago and haven't spent a whole lot of time in my free time on it, so I don't know. I'm not the fastest sculptor. I would say a couple weeks maybe. Clear sound. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm hoping that there's no lawn crew that comes to cut my neighbor's yards today. Nobody cuts their yard around here. I'm the only one that does it. Alright, so I'm just kind of getting the shape of this thing a little bit before I go in and mess around with it. And I think last time I spent a lot of time in ZBrush, so I don't want to do that today. I just want to kind of get the basic couple of you know, filigree things on here and then move on to detailing the dress and really getting in there and sculpting on her a little bit. How you feeling today? Feeling pretty good. Thanks, Jack. Can't complain. Joanne, how are you? How are you? All right. So now let's do this. Let's do this. I want to connect these pieces here. So I want to make sure I'm not deleting anything that I need, but I'm going to get rid of this. All right, invert the selection and delete that little bit of purple that's hidden. And then I'm going to come over here and let's do this. I'm going to come over here and just kind of bridge these things. Really, I'll be stitching them together, not bridging so much. I could bridge it. Let's bridge it. Whatever. Alright. ZModeler, go to my bridge, edge, take this and this, boom, bridged. Alright, now it's one thing. Let's make it a group. Alright, now this is going to be a little bit tricky, but not so much. I want to get a spine on this thing, so I'm going to insert a few points here. Not points, but a few edge loops. Okay, and then I want to go in and selectively stitch this stuff so that it's a continuous thing. Right? So how do I want to do this? Let's stitch that down there, stitch that down there. Just going to smooth this out a little bit. And now I want to grab the thing here. Let's stitch. Let's see what happens when I insert an edge loop. Yeah, alright, so that's doing what I wanted to do. Alright, so that's not bad. Still kind of wobbly, probably more loops than I need, so I'm just going to get rid of some of these. And then just kind of play with the shape some more. right, so now all I did for the other side was I went and masked out the edge of these. I really only want to leave that spine kind of unmasked for now. And I'm going to have to fix that point there. I can tell already. That's not right. In fact, you know what? Let's do this. Sorry, guys. I want to fix this before I adjust the shape of this. So I'm just going to delete. Let's go back. Delete that center part. Okay. And then I can, I don't want to do this. Let's insert one here. And delete this and this. Okay. And this. All right. Forget that. I'm going to do it the way I was doing it before because it was fine. All right. I don't want to waste time again. I'm already like 12 minutes in. This is how I did it last time, trying to figure out these loops. I'm not going to do that this time, you guys. So what did I do just now? I need to stitch that there. Let's stitch this here. Let's stitch this here. And this here. And this here. Okay, cool. That's what I want. Alright. I don't know what I was thinking about a second ago. It was crazy. Okay, so now I can go in and mask the edges. You might be asking yourself, hey Mike, it's warm outside. Why are you wearing that cap on your head? It's because I didn't see a barber this week. I need a haircut. Don't tell anybody. Alright, so now I can unhide everything, invert that mask, and let's start shaping it down to the dress a little bit. Xena Shade, what's up? 2018, you know it. Yeah. One of those Bob Ross shit today. Happy little Chun Li's, yo. You can mask things like this fast with Z-Modeler. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I can just use the transpose and mask it. All right, now because I started kind of shaping her sleeve, it's gonna be kind of difficult to get this to the shape of her exactly. What I might end up doing is, you know what? Got a better way to do this. Let's do this. I'm going to, instead of trying to match the wrinkles and everything, I just want to get the basic shape of this the way that I want it, and I'm going to I'll use Matchmaker to push it down after I get the sleeve exactly how I want it. But right now, so I have that center part kind of masked out, and I could use the transpose in ZModeler, but I'm not really pulling it. I'm not really pulling it in one specific direction, so I'm just going to eyeball it and kind of give myself. Oh, I missed a part here. Kind of give myself some depth. All right, and then I can also kind of move it to clean it up. Looking kind of how I want it to look. Let's fix this outside edge a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of selective creasing and Q-mesh this out, give it some depth. So let's save. Get a sip of water from my sippy cup. Show us the hair. No way, dude. Try to confirm for you, but it's awesome. Hey, yeah, cool, thank you. T-Plane Hong. That's the, okay, so I got one person on Facebook. What's weird is that every time I end my stream and check it out, there's like a whole bunch of messages on Facebook that I missed. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong, but I haven't had a whole lot of luck with Facebook live chat with you know, across multiple streams here. Don't cross the streams, dude. It's rule number 1. Right after, don't talk about Fight Club. All right, so I'm going to now crease this. Now before I do, I'm going to show you something. Can you see? Yeah, you should be able to see this. All right, so my screen is small, but if I go to my crease under geometry, I turn the crease level down to 2. So what I like to do is turn that crease level down to 2, and then under dynamic I set my subdivision level to 3, or in this case I set it to 4, right? But I don't have any holding lines, that's why this thing just kind of shrinks down when I do that. But let's crease. I'm going to do, let's see, crease, edge loop complete, that one, let's do edge loop partial, actually we can just do single, edge loop edge, and get these 3. All right, then we can give this thing some depth. In fact, I'm going to copy this one and put it on the other sleeve so I can work a little smarter and not harder. All right, so what I can do now is flip this, right, because I want to draw it back into her dress, not pull it out. All right, set this to Q-mesh, polygroup all. Let's give it some thickness. All right, I want to be careful I don't get too much, because what will happen is those tips that are thin are going to cross over each other. So just really enough. Let's see if I can make it a little thicker. Yeah, just really enough to get it in the dress. All right, so I'm cool with that. Let's crease the edges. I don't want hard. I want hard, like super hard edges on this, because I want to do something a little later. So I'm only going to use, I'm going to insert some loops here. Right. So now if I go and I do dynamic smoothing. It looks like this, and if I turn on the dress, it's close, right? It's close, not exactly what I want, because it doesn't conform to her. But I'm not really worried about that just yet, so let's hop out of that before I really start tearing it up to make it fit this. What I'll do is make a copy of this. Let's go to my tools. Subtool. There it is. Okay. Silhouette. I can delete this, so I don't need that. Delete hidden. Okay. Let's mirror and weld. All right. So I have two here. Just going to use my gizmo to kind of get it in position. Up. Don't do that. All right, I was moving her head in multiple subtools, so I had it set up to move multiple subtools there. That's why everything kind of moved. I do not want that now. All right, so I'm just going to get it close. See if I can position it a little bit better. Did something similar to this for my Magneto helmet back in the day. So it's a little tedious sometimes, but you get a really clean result. As long as that geometry is kind of low, you don't have to worry about it getting too ugly. All right, so that's that side. Minty, thank you. Turbo Grappler, thank you as well. All right, so now I'm flipping back to the other one, and I'm going to move that around a little bit. I'm not super concerned with it being a perfect fit just yet, because I really have only kind of blocked in the wrinkles for her sleeves. There's really a lot more that I want to do there, so it's all good. All right, so let's turn on dynamics, see what that looks like. It's not too shabby. All right. That wasn't too hard. Do I have any pictures of the Magneto helmet? Yes. Yeah, the Thanos was similar, but yeah, Magneto. Let me grab it real quick while it does a save. All right, ZBrush. Let's see. Pictures, JPEG. this is the, oh well, this is the old one when I was sketching on it. Yeah, so it was, you see up in his helmet here, I did the same exact thing for that. All right, do you like the new stuff in ZBrush 2018? Absolutely. Yeah, it's really, really awesome. But yeah, that's the Magneto that I never finished. One of my many things that I never finished. Let's go back to ZBrush. All right. So also looking at this, I feel like her wrist bracelet things are too small. Oh, thank you very much. That was that Magneto was rendered in Keyshot, by the way. All right, so let's make these a little bigger. And it probably would be easier just to size them up and replace them on the arm. So let's do that. Oh, do I have dynamic? Oh, I just have it off center. So it doesn't make sense to move both of them. Let's just move one. You're in Maryland too, huh? Cool. Very cool. Maryland representing, y'all. Alright, so make that a little bigger. And like that. Let's mask this one. Move the other one back. Kind of get in position. It's kind of painless. Yeah, I knew it was going to move. It's cool. I just wanted them to be the same size, so it's easy enough to move it back. Alright, so now let's get, I want to sculpt some. I don't want to just spend all day in ZModeler today. So I kind of worked on her legs and her arms a little bit. They're her legs anyway, not her arms. So let's go in and get on those arms. Right now they're looking really soft. I have my Pure Ref here. See if we can find some good arms. It's pretty good, kind of bony. Let's see something. Sorry. Thought I had blurred that out. Sorry, guys. It's kind of graphic there. We're all adults. Yeah, I get a reference from 3DSK, and it's all these naked people. So I have kids, and I'm always like working all the time. So I mean, I know that they're gonna see this stuff eventually, but I have to go in and manually blur out all the guys' junk and female, you know, parts and stuff. So that sucks. And I do plan to use Sculptors Pro when I get back on her face. I did that Venom that's on my desktop with Sculptors Pro, and it's awesome. That was all just a polysphere with no subdivision levels. All right, so I want to maintain her femininity, but at the same time, I don't want her to. It's Chun Li, so you know she's kicking some tail. You know what I'm saying? Can you please share your ZBrush layout? Yeah, I can do that. Hey, Pro, what's up, man? Yeah, do me a favor and just email me. You can email me from my website. Just it's on the bottom crawler thing, Mike T Artworks, and I'll send you a copy. It's not a big deal. The reference that I'm using, this is from all over the place. So I've got pictures from 3DSK. I've got pictures from the internet and Instagram, all over the place. It's everywhere. Whole lot of stuff. Now, as I do this, let's see. I like to get my guy's arm here. I don't know if you can see in the background. I have a Andrew Carr statue, and it's really nice to see, insertion points and things like that. It's not that deep on her because, with the guys that I sculpt, they're usually really cut, so you can see all of the, you can see that stuff a lot clearer than you can on her. So, but at the same time, you want it to be right. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of this is going to be covered by our sleeve, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. Just want to kind of figure out what I'm doing here. And I like to constantly rotate the model around. One thing, like a cardinal mistake I always used to make when I was working on females for either drawings or later sculptures, was I always made them too strong, like too beefy. They always look real suspect, very masculine. And the thing is, like, the female form is so nice, you don't want to mess it up. One that's amazing. That is amazing reference. What's that, Walter? No idea how you do it. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. All right, cool. Just talk amongst yourselves. And this hand is really bothering me, so it's time to stop messing around and sculpt this bad boy. This girl is awesome. I don't know who this is, but I'm definitely doing a version of the Street Fighter Alpha Chun Li and using her as a reference. So don't steal my ideas. I'm doing this one. I know there's people that are way faster than me that'll knock it out, and then I'll be looking like I'm copying you guys. All right, this is great for the hands. So I was fortunate enough to go to China last year for Wacom, and it was crazy. I met a lot of kids. They all do the peace sign in every photo. Like, it's fantastic. I went and visited it was a photography and film school, like a college, and everyone did the peace sign. Like, you guys are peaceful people. All right. I thought I did this already, but I don't know. I'm constantly sculpting hands and fingers and stuff. Should probably just do one that I use over and over again. Save some time. Why is that not taken in? Oh, the intensities. The intensity is turned down too low. This is not. Alright, let's add another subdivision level. Also, this would be a nice time. I don't really care about my topology right now, so this would be a nice time to switch to Sculptris Pro, but I have subdivision levels. All right, so let's see. Let me see something here. I believe I'm going to make a copy of this just in case. So duplicate it, turn off that one. Go to my high sub D level and delete lower. For some reason my pure ref disappeared. There you go. So now I can go in and go to town on this hand with Sculptris Pro. Let's do that. Do I still have my polygroups? Yes. That's even better. All right, so because I have these polygroups, I can get the fingers out of the way, and I really only need the hand, and get in there and do a much better job with the sculpting. Clay spin, turn on Sculptris mode, turn on my lazy radius a little bit. Are there still subdivision levels? Oh, you can't have anything hidden, right? Daggone it. Alright, well, I'll do it without Sculptris mode for a while, because I do want to be able to get in here underneath of the fingers. It's all good. What's up, Attentive Slug? What kind of base mill did I use? Thanks Bates. I got a base mesh. I was showing it last week. Let's see if I still have it in here. I got it from Gumroad. I'll come back to it because somehow I lost, like, I had very little time sculpting last week because I was not focused. But I'll see if I can find a link maybe and throw it in like the YouTube chat or something like that, you know, the comments, because I get that question a lot. There's a dude that does these. I think he charges for it now. He was giving it away for free, but it's still not a lot of money, and it's a really good base mesh. Yeah, Pablo Munez from ZBrush Guides has a lot of really good stuff. And also Bad King has a ton of material that people kind of, different artists submit to him and he gives away for free. So I think it's badking.au maybe, but he's, man, he's got a lot of great stuff. Alright, so I'm just blocking in these shapes and coming in and refining them a little bit. Oh, okay, I see some chat in the Facebook thing here. Let's see what we got here. Is it a base that you charge? Yeah. You get one for each gender. Yeah, no, I have a base mesh for one for males, one for females, and then I took those two and messed around with the proportions of them to make them more like teenagers or kids, in case I ever need to, you know, make an illustration that features a kid. So I'm working on something for a client now that's it's box art for these toys, and there are kids that are riding on top of these things, and so I needed reference. Alrighty, my hand go. See, this thing is invaluable. Now I can like look at the tendons and stuff. I mean, I kind of know where this stuff is, but you know, it's nice to have reference in front of you at all times. I'm the same way with my illustrations. Like I used to be so. When I met my wife, she said that her art instructor in school used to tell her that looking at reference was cheating. And I was like, that dude's insane. So you never have enough reference. Oh, sorry, Trevor. I got the female from Gumroad, and I don't know the name of the artist off the top of my head, but it's like the best female reference that I've seen for a model. I can just hold up. Let's see, tools. All right, so I mean, you have the ones that come with ZBrush, which are pretty good. Right, but I have where do I have the base meshes? I have a folder called base meshes. See, this is why normally it would be here. Load tool. Let's see. Mesh. All right. All right. So I have the dude. I made like a version of the guy that's, you know, super beefy, and then I got regular dude. You know, I got the kid. Like, what? And then this is the female I was telling you about. So I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember the artist's name, but it's a really good base mesh. It's got a few points that are welded together that you got to fix, but it's a really good base mesh to start from. and that's what I got. All right, and that was from Gumroad. Whoa, is this model super small? Let me see something. I have this thing where for some reason my models, no, that's kind of right. It's not bad. Yeah, I was doing this thing where my models were either huge or small, and I would start off and use something that I was kind of sculpting on before to make something new, and my scale was always really super far off, which makes a big difference when you go into a program like Marvelous Designer and you're wondering why your particle distance is all screwed up, and why when you import your guy it's either like this big or it's 1,000 feet tall. So now it's looking a little bit better. Let's turn off solo. It's actually looking a lot better. Okay, so let me save this before I lose it. Save. Hannibal, what's up? Do I have a link to the class? So the class is almost over. There's 1 week left. I actually extended it. There's 1 week left. Hannibal's actually one of my students, and then it will only be available for on demand. I don't know when Ryan is going to open that back up for on demand, but it'll be sometime in the summer. Let's see, reference to what's in your mind is cheating, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Walter. It's ridiculous. I don't know why anybody would ever say that. Eugene Foken, is that the game art? Is that the guy that made the base mesh? If so, do me a favor and drop a link in the chat. That'd be awesome. Okay. All right. So let's keep it moving with these fingers that are looking real crazy. This one. There you go. All right, now I can at least kind of work on them together. Solo. Yeah, so I realized I've been so caught up doing like client work lately, I haven't had a lot of time to work on her. Like none, actually. I hadn't done anything since the last stream. So last night I kind of stayed up and checked out Shane's stream while I was working on her a little bit to make sure you guys aren't seeing the same thing you saw last time. Any other events in the DMV? I do not, other than going and speaking at elementary schools stuff. Right now, it's basically just webinars for, you know, like Wacom and Corel, and then these streams. I think once the class is over and once things kind of die down a little bit, I'm going to start working on doing streams on my Twitch channel, but for now this is what we got. There's a lot of video on YouTube of things that I've already, like there's a lot of streams from here, and there was a thing I did for Pixelogic last year, I think, which was 3D to 2D illustration with some other really awesome artists like Tony Leonard, who's also a streamer here. But all that's on my YouTube, which is right at the bottom of the thing there. I'm using a Cintiq. This is not the 24, actually. This is a little bit bigger. Talk about reference pictures. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, it's ridiculous. Well, I don't know why anybody would say that. There's obviously a, sorry, cut that off. This is obviously a person who was not disseminating the proper information to children, impressionable minds. Get this out of the way. There you go. All right, let's shape these. These fingers are looking kind of weird. Exactly. Hey, we're very close to, actually we might have passed it already, to the Running Man. I don't know if you guys, I love like 80s action movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and there's a scene where they couldn't catch him, so they digitally map his face onto this other dude and then kill him on TV, and people think that he's actually killed. But yeah, no, we're there right now. Digital actors, kind of out of that uncanny valley, you know what I mean? For the most part, there's still some shark eye stuff from time to time. I have a few friends that I hang out with that that do movie assets, and it's really cool getting to kind of just see things that they've done in the past and see how the sausage is made, you know. Also, I never want to see how sausage is made. Alright. How am I doing on time? Almost 2 o'clock. Alright, so I got an hour left. I really think I need to switch to like 3 hours. 2 hours isn't getting it anymore. Seems like as soon as I start to have fun, the time is up. Yeah, $5. Yep. Thanks for the link, Game Art. That's awesome. I didn't have time to do it myself. The guy who made it is really good. I think he has a version on there of a female he did that's a little more expensive, but like way more detailed, like $20 or something like that. But he's awesome. Seriously, come on. There you go. I usually leave hands for last because they're very, it's like you're doing 10 sculptures. I mean, for me, I'm usually doing it out of symmetry, so it's 10 little individual sculptures. I did see, last night I got smart, so I had to redo the Chun Li face. The one that I was doing out of symmetry was just whack. So I decided to take the original relax pose version and just kind of chop off the head. But I set up posable symmetry before I started working on her, And so now when I go in and work on the face, I can use posable symmetry, which is what I just forget from time to time to do that, but that's the smartest way to do it, man, after you pose. It's really ridiculous to do some of the things that I do out of symmetry when I don't have to. Alright, so let's take a look now what we got here. Starting to look a little more like fingers, less like balloon animals. Oh, I hate when I select like a row. I know there's an easy way to get around that. I can't remember what it is. I think I have to have something else selected, like another tool, and it won't do that. Do you do your hard surfacing ZBrush? Yeah, I do. I use ZModeler for that. I'm coming from a traditional painter background, so I'm not well versed, even though I'm learning Maya. I'm not well versed in 3D apps, so when Pixelogic came out with ZModeler, like that was the thing for me. Something that it could just keep me in ZBrush, and I can get all of the, you know, the hard surface goodness that I wouldn't be able to get otherwise. That one's a little crooked. Alright, let's see. Okay, real toy. I wish I could read that. There's no translate thing there. I don't know what that says. But if there is if you can translate it, I'd be happy to answer your question if that's a question. Hey, thanks, Trevor. Alright. Select the rectangle and will not select the edge loops. Awesome. Thank you. I knew it was something really simple like that. Okay. Thank you. Both of you guys. Alright, let me get this right. You are going to release videos for the class for sale in summer? No. Well, it's Ryan's video or ZBrush workshop thing. So it's however they do the video on demand is how they'll be kind of released. This is my first time working with Ryan, so I'm not sure, but I mean, I'm sure people have taken his classes before. They could tell you how it works. And I got some VOD people. I think you can just ask them and they'll tell you how it works. So I wanted to block in the fingers and make them look a little better. I don't want to spend too much time in one area. I want to be a shark today and keep moving. I see this other hand has been neglected for way too long, so I'm going to get on that. I'll come back to the fingernails for the hands later, but I really want to feel like I just didn't get very much done last week or last time, and that sucks, you know. So let's keep on going. Too beefy here. Every once in a while I have to look at my own hand to remember how a hand looks. Alright, so that's that. All looks good so far, thank you. Alright. Turn off that. Now I believe in my painting, I made her hand bigger than it probably would be in real life because it just feels small next to the, oh, come on, dude. Yeah, it feels small underneath of these big giant gauntlets on her wrist, so I'm going to scale that up, even though probably the scale is not far from what it should be right now. Trick is making it look proportional even when it's not. Like, I just don't want it to be cartoony, but at the same time I don't want it to look like she has teeny tiny hands, because everybody knows tiny hands are not a good look on a person. Not bad. All right. Mostly eyeballing. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. The reference that the app I'm using is called PureRef. Trump has tiny, delicate hands. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard that said at all. I was just talking about regular people. Alright, so let's get to this other hand, because it is terrible. In fact, that's just like the basic. That's the basic. Oh, you know what? Alright, it'd be easier just to hide the leg. There you go. Turn off dynamic. Okay. In fact, let's just get this whole arm. Yeah, so this is basically what you're looking at with the with just the model. In other words, done. I'm done right now. I think that'll get it. Let's take a look. I think I have somebody with their hand on their hip. Somebody has their hand on their hip somewhere. Where is it? This one? No. I swear I had somebody who had the exact right hand pose. Do I just have hands here? There you go. Yeah, I go all out with ref because I really don't like to, I'll just use my painting, I guess. I really don't like to have to think too much about it when I'm working. I can just kind of be in autopilot mode. So first let's just kind of beef these fingers up. I'm going to be folding them anyway, but it's all good. Somebody who has their arm bent at least. Eyeballing is all this is, just going back and forth until it doesn't look terrible anymore. And I talk about this every time. I just know people that are so interested in just banging out a ton of really fast sculpts that, you know, they don't A, take time to enjoy them, and then B, they you know, there's things that they could do to make them better that they're just not interested on. They want to just move on to the next one. I mean, the only time that I rush artwork is if it's for a client and I have a tight deadline. If I'm doing it for myself, I'm just gonna cook it until it's done. All right, so her, for some reason she's got, what is that? There's just some bad geometry there. But that can be fixed with Sculptris Pro mode. What pole? All right. All right, let's get these fingers bent and in position. So really just kind of doing one of these things. It's just easy enough. Oh yeah, you said switch this. Much better. Thank you. Now, posing the fingers is tedious as hell. I have a couple of friends who do their posing in Maya, and one of my friends is a rigger, and he's just like, dude, why are you messing around with doing fingers in ZBrush? So, I mean, I really kind of love posing in ZBrush, but the fingers are just tedious. I didn't blur my mask either, so it's looking real ugly. Down, 4 more to go. There's a mask. Seriously? Mask that. Okay. Okay. There you go. Now blur the mask this time. Genius. It's also one of those things where it's you kind of have to hide the other fingers to see what you're doing with the finger you're messing with. Okay. Let's see. Akitsu is good if you don't have Maya? I'm not familiar with that. Is there a tattoo on her arm? To what? What do you use to put on tattoo? Hannibal, man, come on, dude. You know that. You know you can ask me that. Like, ask me that this weekend, brother. All right. What do your channel do? I don't know. What do I teach? It's a class on using ZBrush to create a model that you can then paint on top of. So if you are an illustrator, it's using ZBrush to create a base that you can paint on or use as reference. And if you're a sculptor and not a painter, it's a way of taking a render that might look okay when you're done with it and just really making it come to life. So that is the class description. Sorry, Hannibal. Just hit me after this is over, man. So I really don't have to spend a whole lot of time on the fingers anyway, because no one's going to see them. They're all going to be kind of pressed up into her thigh, or hip rather. W. Oh man, if anybody remembers the old Lost in Space, not the old like old one, but there was a movie that they made based on the old TV show back in the day that I think it came out in like early 2000s, but man, the Netflix version of kind of a reimagining is amazing. I just finished it, and I know the younger cats aren't going to really appreciate it too much, but if you're old enough to remember what the story used to be, they did some really smart kind of reimagining for this Netflix show. I can't wait for season 2 actually. No, Hannibal, it's all good, brother. Yeah, pro. Lost in Space, man, was really good. Starts off a little bit slow, but you gotta hang in there. Will you complete the model, the one I'm working on right now? Yep. Definitely. How am I doing on time? 2:17? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish this. Alrighty then. So let's get the. What would that thumb be doing? Thumb is just kind of relaxed over to the side, I think. So let's do that. Actually, I want more of that. More of that joint. I'm gonna have to kind of see what's going on with the hip to know what the thumb is actually going to be doing. In the meantime, let's get this other pinky and be done with it. Get to the dress. That'll be fun. Sculpt some wrinkles on the that thing around her waist. Got my day playing, kick back and watch her stream. Hey, thank you. Wish it was longer. I actually, I don't know. I mean, I say that, but I do have this thing I should be working on. So there's always a thing. And then you have to drive your kid somewhere. Let's see what this looks like with ooh, those knuckles. Yikes. Nobody's gonna see them anyway, but a little scary. All right. Let's turn on the rest of her. That's better. Alright, so I can just fix the back of her hand so it doesn't look so crazy. Oops. straight, please. Alright, so I think I'm going to fudge her arm a little bit to pull it out of her hip, or I could just, you know what, nobody knows what the volume of this hip is. How about I just push the hip in, make things hard for myself. There you go. Boom. All right. It's better. A little bit better. Still kind of wonky. This beginning is yeah, it'll definitely be reposted. Okay, so I'm gonna need to sculpt these fingers after all. It's okay. This is a weird pose to figure out without a picture. That's better, I think. All right, let's take a look at the dress. A little bit better. All right, I think that for now I'm okay with the arm, so I'm going to move on to this thing around her waist. I want to detail that a little bit. What happened to the rest of her body? So I ended up stretching her waist out a little bit because she was a little, like, she doesn't really have a lot of space, but for some reason I really like the proportions of the painting better than the model. So I might like decrease the distance between her chest and her hips a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to sculpt this up. 2:25, half an hour left. You should 3D model and print a helmet and then stream your sculpting. Sorry. Stream your sculpting while wearing it the next time hair gets back. Wow, that was a long way to go, but yeah. For the next class, I'll be making a hair obscuring helmet, you guys. It's a whole lot of work. Probably could just get a haircut, but I'll have a cool helmet to wear. All right, I'm going to definitely turn on Sculptris Pro mode for this because I want to get in here and just go to town on this thing. Oh yeah, save. Not a bad idea. Thank you, Quick Maths. All right, so I'm going to save as well. We don't need the underwear, but I'm going to have to split that or else it won't let me use my Sculptors Pro. So split hidden. Now split hidden. Okay. Let's name this. I have a whole lot of things that are just like wrap 1, wrap 2, wrap 3, because I don't rename things. Alright. Let's rename this wrap. And really the smart thing to do if I'm going to resize this, I really should keep these low sub D levels for now and just do the daggone thing. Let's see what I can do here, because it's not going to get deformed. So do I want to do this? I'm not gonna make her waist any smaller. I think it's fine. Do you use custom ZUI? Oh no, this is a super high resolution monitor. It's the 32 that's coming out later on this month. So that's why the buttons are tiny. And my eyes aren't what they used to be, so believe me, it's not easy for me either. Alright, so now I'm going to delete lower, and I'm going to use my Sculptors Pro mode. Let's do the thing. So this is great for me because I don't have to worry about messing up the seams that I've built in already. And I can really go in and kind of mimic the painting that I made before here. Let's solo it. I need to have the rest of her turned on. What I was finding when I wasn't using Sculptress mode was the geometry of the thing when I was trying to make some of these wrinkles just wasn't working out. So now I don't have to worry about it at all. I mean, 2018's got a lot of features, but this is easily my favorite feature, especially for somebody who's more of a clay kind of guy. And then I believe, I don't know what they did, but I believe I mean, everybody I've talked to has said this too, the Z remeshing algorithm is better. It's really a lot better now. You don't even have to set up guides or poly groups as much, and you get some really smart decisions when it does its translation there. All right, so it looks like, what did I do here? Okay, I can just carve that back in. It's cool. This is a custom brush. I've never heard of Clay Spin. Clay Spin, my buddy put me onto this. I have 2 friends who use this all the time, and they put me onto it. It's actually, if you go into your, press comma and go into your brushes and go into clay, it resides in here. So I have moved mine out into the main brush category for like the startup brushes, because I literally, this is my favorite brush now. But yeah, that's where you'll find it. It's really good for skin because it gives you a texture automatically. And then if you want to have a super clean surface, you can just smooth it down and even hit it with a little H polish and get some really nice results. So I want to be careful with the size of my brush when I come near these seams, because I don't want to destroy. You see I kind of already did here, but I can kind of use the damn standard, maybe the /3 and carve that back out. I use ZModeler to build those seams, and I'm really happy with them. So I can just kind of touch it up with the let's use this one. What's this gonna do? Hit it with a little inflate. Let's turn off the sculptress. It's a whole lot easier to be careful when I get to those areas than to try to reconstruct that look, which I'm already happy with. I have it at the right angle, or else it's not the right width. So I also made a VDM brush that I don't think I really need it here, but it's good for puckering around seams. I used it when I was doing my Battle of the Planets June, when I first started streaming with Pixelogic. So if you go back to maybe video, I don't know, like 2 or 3, you'll see it. It was the Keyop version, or the Keyop episode, whatever that was. Alright. You get artifacts when using clay tube brush. Yeah, well, what's going to happen is, depending upon the size of your brush, you will get artifacts. But you can always scale your brush and then go back and hit it with some smooth. You know, one thing I found that was crazy, I did a keyshot render of this Venom, right? So let me hide this screen. All right, so I did a keyshot render of this, and like a straight up happy accident. You know the tessellation that happens with Sculptris Pro, when it rendered out, it almost looks like skin texture. Like you can see in his pec and in his you know, his delts and stuff, even in his neck, it looks like there's a skin texture there that I did not add, which was cool. And that's just because I never Z-remeshed this. So and even down here in the sphere, like, that's dope. You know, it's almost like I went in and added this texture that, you know, that wasn't there before. And the areas where I used a larger smooth, you have bigger, you know, triangles and stuff. So quads, they're not quads, whatever the hell they are. So, pro tip: sometimes you get some cool little accidents. Oh God, please don't let me lose this. Where's ZBrush? Okay, there it is. Save. Always save, you guys. Save. Drink some water. The resolution of the screen is 3080 28 something, 30. It's it is 3840 by 2160. So when they come out, I'll be doing a review video. But for now, I'm just kind of enjoying it. All right, let's get some more wrinkles on here. And I find myself turning on and off sculptress mode just to get different effects. Sometimes I have a better, like especially if I'm using something like a H polish, I have a better effect by turning it off and then going in and smoothing with it turned on, and like maybe reducing the size of my brush. Get some nice effects. I know when you start to, like if you smooth then turn it off and then try to sculpt on top of it, you get some, it's almost like trying to sculpt on top of a decimated mesh. Not almost, I guess that's exactly what it is. And it's not the best thing. So you know, a lot of times what I found is that if I'm concerned with geometry, I'll go in and get the basic forms using this, and then I'll go and do a quick Z-remesher just to get those, you know, the topology back, and then I can sculpt the way I did before. Whole lot of back and forth. And that's only because, I mean, I like for my stuff to be super clean. So I usually set the Z-remesh to half a few times until I get a nice low mesh, and then project back the details. Thanks, Felix. Thanks, Professor Rico. Hey, what's up? MD Raul Islam. Kuro-chan. Okay, I'm good. Now I'm seeing. See, I don't know if it takes a while for the Facebook chat to refresh. I always feel like I'm dissing those guys because I don't see their comments until after the stream is over with. That's not a good thing. Oops. One thing that I found that I guess has to happen the way that the tessellation works is if normally I would just mask an area, mask an area that I don't want to affect with either a smooth or a stroke. But like say I mask this area here, and then I try to, I get a big brush size and I try to smooth around it. It doesn't always, it doesn't respect the mask, and I guess that's because the geometry is being altered. But I don't know if that's going to be addressed in future versions of ZBrush, but that would be a nice thing that maybe an update, if it can be done even. I don't even know if it can be done. But it kind of just doesn't even see the mask. It goes right through it. All right. What do we have here? Trick is to get some wrinkles on this thing without her looking frumpy. So it's getting there. I noticed I was trying to do this quickly off camera, and it just looked like she had been packing on the pounds or something. Not that I want to talk about that. Alright, I really want to get some stuff up here. Racing the clock. 15 minutes left. Hey, what's up, Mike Baths? What's up, Voyance? So this is probably one of those things that I would just noodle around with forever. Probably end up doing this in the Hangout later on tonight or something. Did buy some brushes on Gumroad that do this kind of thing. I think they were XMD brushes. Cloth, 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 cloth. There it is, cloth. And, oh, we got some stitches. I don't want to do that right now. Oh, here's the VDM brush I was telling you that I made. Let's see if I can use it here. What do I have? So I made a few wrinkles. Oh, you know what? Let's see what it looks like on her dress. I didn't even think about that. Control heavy, turn on the intensity. The only thing is, and I think part of the reason why this monitor is not out yet is the stand is not available yet, and so I have to jerry rig it with like some CD cases, like those clear CD spool things, to raise it up, and my posture is not so good, so I'm looking forward to getting a stand to just put it at the angles you want. The 27 that I have a stand for it. Yes, I mean, these are alright. Get you started. What does, let's look at this one. Turn up the intensity. Yeah, meh. It's nice to have these, but a lot of times it's just easier to sculpt it in yourself. Oh! Okay. Well, luckily I don't think I did anything that I care about losing, so it's alright. How you get the body of the mesh and clothing to be so smooth? Just working at a low subdivision level. Like, I stay at a low subdivision level for a long time until I finally start to subdivide, and I'll usually do as much as I can until I don't have the I don't have enough polys, and then I'll subdivide and then work on that level and kind of stay there until I need to subdivide again. Quick save. Did I? How much do I have here? Ugh. I hope I saved after this, because I don't have anything. Let's see. Load tool. Latest. 235. I lost about a half an hour work. That's why you gotta save all the time. Oh yeah, no. I lost a lot. So that sucks. Lost a whole lot. Yep. All right. Always save, all the time, every time. Will you paint that model? Yes. Yes, I will. This happens to me when I paint too. I mean, like 2D paint, and it's frustrating, but I do notice that after you do it the first time and you have to do it again, it goes a lot faster because you know what you're gonna do. But it's not fun. Yeah, that's not a fun thing. Alright, how do you upload the picture in the ZBrush, please? You talking about this over here? This is not in ZBrush, this is in PureRef. This is a program called PureRef, which you can drop an infinite number of pictures onto, and then double click on any of them and zoom in. But you can set it to stay on top of whatever application you're using, whether it's painting, Photoshop, ZBrush, Maya, whatever. Alright, the painting you are using as reference, is there any way to render your model in ZBrush to make it look like that? I don't know. I could try. I mean, this is my painting, so it would be cool to try to make the model look like this. Probably. I don't know. I've never done that before. I'm planning on 3D printing it. Yeah, I would like to. Where did you pull those pictures? Oh man, they came from the interwebs. A whole lot of Pinterest, some Google searches, some stuff that I bought from 3DSK. There's a whole lot of really good images. I mean, the internet is fantastic for this, and Pinterest is even better. If you want a lot of really good reference quickly, you can follow my Pinterest page. It's also Mike T Artworks, and I got a lot of categories that are broken down. My anatomy has so many pictures in it, but feel free to follow that if you want to. What is that on your hand? Oh, this is a smudge guard glove. So because I'm on a Cintiq, it's really helpful to be able to rest my hand on the screen and not get fingerprints all over it. And the screen warms up a little bit, so then your hand starts sweating and it's a big mess, right? So this thing is called the Smudge Guard. The lady who makes these is a saint. She's like, I bought mine, I think I bought my second pair from her, and she sent me like a personal thank you letter. She's just a really nice lady. So Smudge Guard is totally worth getting. All right. Would you like a copy of the of the sculpt? I would too. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pay for this thing. I have a lot of friends who have 3D printers. I do not have one myself, so I have a lot of things that I want to print. That Thanos would be. I'm trying to get that done. In fact, I have somebody who's gonna help me out with that, but I need to reach out to Thomas on here. Not Thomas. Yeah, I think Thomas. About figuring out the hollowing and the cuts and stuff, because my skills on that are not so good. How many active points of this model? This is right now what you're looking at is 1.1 million. Wow, do you have her link? Just do a search for Smudge Guard. You'll find her. She's like the official. She was making these when nobody else was for like 3 years, so I know she has to have been able to quit whatever her other job was and just make these. What's going on, Spectre? Looks like it gives you special powers. It does. Don't tell anybody. I wasn't even, like, I found these in a crater in Nevada and put it on, and I went from being a guy who couldn't even do like stick figures to being a beast level celebrity. Is it for the 11th finger? I'm not gonna guess at what that means. All right, so yeah, I lost some stuff here, but it's all good. I think we got the shoulder things done, which makes it look like we got something done here. I'm gonna have to talk to Kyle and Kinsley about maybe switching to 3 hours, because 2 ain't getting it. Let's do some smoothing on these things. But yeah, she's coming along. Let's do a render real quick. Hey, the lighting sucks on here. Let's maybe do some lighting that isn't so bad. Maybe try harder next time. How about that? better. And I think the next time I come in, we'll do some poly painting. I want to try out, Danny McCabe he's been doing, like, killing it with these 60-second tutorials on YouTube. If you're not following Danny Mac, definitely follow him. I know you probably already are, but he's been doing all these 60-second tutorials for all the 2018 features, and he has this one that he did for retopoing the face, and one for I almost sounded like Bill Cosby there for a second. Retopoing face and also painting the eyeballs. Danny's killing it. Like, the videos they're great. So I want to try his technique, even though she's not really an anime kind of version of Chun Li. I definitely want to try his technique on the eyes, because he makes them look like killer. So I think now Ashley's usually on the same day I am. I don't know what the schedule is, but definitely watch the other people's streams. I think Ashley is going to be later today. I don't, just go to Twitch. Well, you're already on the Twitch Pixelogic page, but look at the schedule, and check out the other people. Everybody that's on here are doing, like, stellar things. So act like Pokemon and watch them all. All right, what else we got? PureRef.com. Dr. Zenith for the win. Good stuff. Thanks, Professor Rico. See you in the hangout. Oh, I knew that was you, dude. All right, I'll see you later on, bro. My volume is too low. Everybody else say, I thought the volume was good. Anybody else having a hard time hearing me? Because if so, I will turn it up. The more I turn it up, the more distortion you get. So you got to be careful with that. Switch to another video and the speakers blew up. All right. Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. All right, guys. What's on Facebook? People are waving goodbye. All right, it's about that time. So I will see you next time. May the force be with you. Peace.